Hello everyone, here we are once again looking over some of the new Born of the Gods set. I haven't been with you in a couple days, but the good news is I'm back and I'm going to give you all the spoilers that I've missed and that other people have missed as well. Just in case, we're going to go over January 14th, the cards that we have in here. For our red, we have Flamed Wreathed Phoenix, which is a 4-drop, 2 red, 2 colorless, for a flying 3/3 with Tribute 2. If you don't know, the Tribute mechanics is as this creature enters the battlefield, an opponent of your choice may place 2 1/1 counters on it. Okay, and then it says when Flamed Wreathed Phoenix enters the battlefield, if Tribute wasn't paid, it gains haste, and when this creature dies, return it to its owner's hand. So you're either going to get a 5/5 or you're going to get a 3/3 with haste, and when it dies, you get to play it again. So that's actually kind of good. Now to one of my favorite cards, the Hero of Auroras, which is this one right here. It is a 2-drop for 2/2, has the heroic ability. If you don't know what it is, it's whenever you cast a spell that targets this creature, put a 1/1 counter on it. Okay, the spell that I'm liking is Aurora spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Okay, now some of you out there may think, it's okay, it's not too bad, but if you think about it, with the Born of the Gods and the Theros pack, a lot of your creatures are enchantment creatures with the bestow cost, and whenever you pay the bestow cost, it is an Aurora, so therefore, cost 1 less could come in handy. Here's one of the cards that's been seeing a lot of attention, which is Mogus, God of the Slaughter. Indestructible whenever the devotion to black and red is less than 7, it isn't a creature. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, Mogus deals 2 damage to that player unless he or she sacrifices a creature. So that's really good. I believe it'll be good in Commander. I believe it'll be seen a lot in Standard because, I mean, turn 4, you're pulling out a 7/5. Come on. We have Fanatic of Xenagos, Trample. It's 3-drop, 1 red, 1 green, 1 colorless for a 3/3, Tribute 1. Whenever Xenagos enters the battlefield, if Tribute cost wasn't paid, it gets a 1/1 and haste until the end of turn. So it's going to get a 1/1 if your opponent chooses so, or it's going to get a 1/1 and haste till the end of turn. So either way, it's going to get its 1/1. It's just 1 stays, 1 doesn't. Alright, now let's take a look at your Kraken over here. It's a 6-drop. It has hexproof unless it's attacking or blocking. It can't be blocked unless all creatures defending player controls blocks it. So basically, if they're going to block it, they're going to block it with everything. A lot of damage is going to get dealt. But for 6 mana, I say no thank you. Let's move on up here to our next list. Fated Retribution, which is a 4-drop, 3 white. Destroy all creatures and planeswalkers if it is your turn. Scry 2. Okay, I love the card. I love the ability. I love the fact that it's instant. I don't like the fact that it's 7. I don't think this card is going to get played a lot. It might be in Commander or one of those other sets and everything, but for Standard, I really believe it won't be seen because in my deck, I run a mono white deck. I rarely see Elsmith popping, and she's 6. This one costs 2 more, and by turn 3, usually the game's already won or lost. So unless they get rid of all the aggro, this card, I don't see it being messed with a lot. Alright, on up here, we have Drown in Sorrow, which is a 3-drop, 2 black, 1 colorless. All creatures get -2/2 until the end of turn. Scry 1, and that is a black sorcery uncommon. We have Satar Nick Smith. I think I said that right. It is a 3-drop, 1 red, 2 colorless, haste with Inspired. Inspired is one of the new mechanics. Whenever it becomes untapped, you may pay 3. If you do, put a 3/1 elemental enchantment creature token with haste on the battlefield. Once again, there's those enchantments coming back in. It is an elemental enchantment creature. So basically, as soon as you untap it, you pay the same amount that you paid for this card, and you're going to get a 3/1 instead of a 2/1. Okay, it just doesn't have haste. So that might be played. We'll see about that. I love the artwork on it though. Alright. Ferris Band Raiders, which is a 6-drop for 5/5. Whenever it becomes untapped, you may pay 3. If you do, put a 3/3 green Centaur enchantment creature token onto the battlefield. So many enchantments. Alright, on to the next one. God Favored General. It's a 2 for 1/1. Not so big on it being a 1/1, but then again, I've played others for the same. Whenever it becomes untapped, you may pay 3. If you do, put 2 1/1 White Soldier enchantment creature tokens onto the battlefield. I would like it a lot more if you got to put 3 instead of 2, but then again, that'd probably be broken. So, on to the next one. Forlorn Sadama. I don't know. It's a zombie. It is a 4-drop, 1 black, 3 colorless. Intimidate. Whenever it becomes untapped, you may pay 3. If you do, put a 2/2 black zombie enchantment creature token onto the battlefield. So, not bad, not the best. I wish it would be a little bit bigger. You know, a Doomblade would kill it really easy. There's so much burn out there that would, just knock it off. A lot of these cheap cards that you're paying 3 and 4 and 2 mana for that are 1/1s and 2/1s. There's so much removal out there right now. There's not much hope for them as far as I can see. Worshippers. 4-drop, 1 blue, 3 colorless. This one is 2/4. This one makes me a little bit more happy because the defense is higher. It's going to get to stay around a little bit longer. And whenever it comes untapped, you may pay 3. If you do, put a 2/2 blue bird enchantment creature token onto the battlefield with flying. This one right here is probably the best one I've seen because you're going to get a 2/2 bird, but it has flying and its enchantment. The flying really helps me. Makes me feel more comfortable with the blue. So I give a thumbs up on that one. On to our next one, which is 4 colorless and 2 black for a total of 7 mana for a 4/4. Ouch. But on the bright side, you can pay 5 mana, tap it, and sacrifice X other creatures. That means you can't sacrifice this one, but you can sacrifice X other creatures. Then you get to return X target creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Now this one kind of confused me for a second. Do you have to return X creature cards that are the same creature, or does it just have to be a creature cards, from your graveyard to the battlefield? So that's kind of cool. I mean, if you have a lot of tokens out there, sacrifice all of your tokens and you get to bring back that many creatures from your graveyard. So that could be interesting. And then you can pay 5 colorless and 2 black. Put Champion Souls on top of your library from the graveyard. So that's a card from the graveyard. I like spells that you can cast from the graveyard. But you're going to be paying 7 mana twice. Once to get it up, once to get it out. That's 2 turns that your opponents can do pretty much whatever they want. Ifara's Enlightenment. Okay, 1 colorless, 1 white, 1 blue enchant creature. Whenever enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on enchanted creature. Enchanted creature has flying. I really like that, especially with the hero that we saw earlier that makes all of your Aurora spells cost 1 less. So if you have them out there, usually him turn 2, this would be turn 3. Okay, you get this for 2 mana. You're going to put a 1/1 creature. You're going to put a 1/1 counter on your creature. Your creature's going to gain flying, and whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may return this card to its owner's hand. So if you have creatures with flash, someone's about to destroy your creature, boom, you can return it to your hand, flash a creature, flash a token. There's several different things you can do with that. So it's not bad. You can put it on your hand. You can enchant something else. So that's kind of like an artifact enchantment, if you will, because you can keep attaching different stuff as long as you're playing creatures. Alright, Mind Reaver. 2 blue for a 2/1 human wizard. Rare. Whenever you cast a spell that targets Mind Reaver, exile the top 3 cards of target player's library. You can pay 2. Sacrifice Mind Reaver. Counter target spell with the same name as a card exiled with Mind Reaver. So you exile some cards from top of the library. If they try to play a card that is also in their graveyard, then that was sacrificed with this, then pay 2, get rid of this guy, you counter the spell. So really nice. Love the artwork. If you look right here in the pool, that's going to be a cool foil. Here is Ragemonger. This is probably one of my favorite cards of Born of the Gods. This is going to see a lot of attention. It is 1 colorless, 1 black, and 1 red. It is a Minotaur Shaman, which Minotaur spells you cast cost 1 black and 1 red less to cast. This effect reduces only the amount of colored mana you pay. Okay, for example, if you cast a Minotaur spell with the converted mana cost 2 colorless, 1 red, it is now 2 colorless to cast for a 2/3. Alright, let me put it this way. Let's say you have 4 mana open. You have 2 of these guys in your hand. You play one of these guys first for 3. He's 1 red, 1 black colorless, or he's 1 red, 1 black less to cast. You get to cast the rest of these guys from your deck for 1 mana. That's a 1 drop for 2/3. Come on, it doesn't get any simpler than this. I mean, that is a great card. I believe Minotaurs are going to see a big comeback. I mean, you don't get no better than a 2/3 for 1 drop, okay? You just have to pay the first 3 to get him out there. His defense is high enough to where it's going to take a lightning strike or something along that. No magma jets for him. Great card. It will see play. Searing Blood. 2 red. Searing Blood deals 2 damage to target creature. When that creature dies this turn, Searing Blood deals 3 damage to that creature's controller. So you're doing 5 damage with 1 red card as long as you can kill that creature. If the creature doesn't die, I don't think you get to do the 3 to the player. So make sure you can kill it. So really great card. Love the artwork. Going to be a great foil. I hope I pull one. Then Xenagos, God of Reveals. It is a 5 drop, so they're going up. It is a legendary enchantment creature god, indestructible. You all know about the whole 7 mana thing. At the beginning of combat on your turn, another target creature you control gains haste and gets XX until the end of the turn, where X is that creature's power. Now, if you're confused about this, let's say you have a 5/5 out on the battlefield, okay? It becomes your combat. You choose the 5/5, that creature is going to get an additional 5/5, making it a 10/10. Play Johnny, give Flying Double Strike. There's 20. There you go. But you get what I'm saying. I mean, that's one of the great cards. I just wish it was, less mana, like 4, like the rest of them. But, beggars can't be choosers. We're coming to the end here. Let's go over this one. We'll save the god for last. Thassa's Rebuff. 2 mana, 1 blue, 1 colorless. Counter targets spell unless its controller pays X, where X is your devotion to blue. That's really cool, because if you have enough devotion out there, it's not happening. Okay. Let's go to this one. Bile Blight. 2 black. Target creature and all other creatures with the same name as that creature gets -3/3 until the end of turn. Bye-bye tokens, that's for sure. Tokens are gone. And if you just got... it's such a good card for 2 mana. And it's an instant, so that means it's during your opponent's turn. He's popping out tokens. Alright, say Elsmith, for instance. Elsmith's popping out all these tokens to block her. Pay this right here, all the tokens are gone. Swing for Elsmith, Elsmith's dead. Go for the kill. Okay. Fate Unraveler. 1 black, 3 colorless. Whenever an opponent draws a card, Fate Unraveler deals 1 damage to that player. That's really good. I like this card. 3/4 for 4, and every time they draw a card, it does 1 damage. I agree with that. You can play draw spells that make them do more damage. That's all you gotta do. At the beginning of the turn, they're taking a damage anyway. So, great card. Now, here's one of my favorite cards that I've seen so far, and it is for green. It makes me want to run a green deck. Unravel the Earth. It's 1 green, 1 white, or 1 green, 1 colorless. Choose target artifact or enchantment. Its owner shuffles it into his owner's library. So let me put it this way. Someone plays God, you play this. Goodbye, God. You're not destroying it. You're not exiling it. You're not doing none of that. You're just saying, hey, I want you to shuffle that. Goodbye. Great card. It will see play. For a 5-drop, the God, Karametra, indestructible, 7 devotion. Whenever you cast a creature spell, you may search your library for a forest or plains card and put that onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. Great card. You're going to get a lot of mana after this point. It's great to see it. So there's a lot of great cards. That's all I have for you today, though. Stay tuned. I'm running out of time, so stay tuned for more updates, and I'll catch back up to you later. Only here with James on YouTube.